moved from Mass Mutual to Transamerica, or First Mercantile, which is a subsidiary of Mass Mutual. And the reason that we made the change, just so everybody understands what this all is because we take a look every year when it comes to 401ks and make sure that the fees are where they're supposed to be, that you're not paying more than you're supposed to, that you have the right investment lineup, you have all the mutual funds that you could ever want to choose from. And whenever we took a look at that, after I took over the plan about a year and a half ago, saw that the fees were kind of high. And so we took the fees down from 2.13% down to 1.22% just by making the change. And that's just a plan-wide, taking the investments that they were in, moving it over to like investments and what we saved. And that ended up coming out to almost $18,000 in savings for the whole plan and just investment expenses. So we discounted everybody's saving some money on what they're paying on their fund expenses, and then we also added some more funds to choose from. So on top of getting funds for less money, you also have a lot more to pick from. You can now go and specialize, and this is something that you'll want to call me on, and I put cards out for everybody, but we added things like a healthcare fund and an energy fund. It allows you to get a little more sector specific, and all that stuff is just something to call me on, and we'll talk about whether it's appropriate or not for you. But across the board, it was a big upgrade for the plan. And Josh is going to tell us a lot about what the differences are. He's actually just going to explain how to get online and log in and understand, what the tools you have available to you are with Transamerica. And with that, I'll just let Josh take it over from here.
Great, thanks, Jeff. Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Thanks. Let me apologize. I'm fighting a little something in my throat. Thanks for having me in for a few minutes this morning. As Jeff said, Transamerica was picked to take over your 401k plan, which is something we take very seriously. For those of you who are currently in the plan, I know we have a mix of some people who are in the plan and then some people who are now eligible. So for those of you who are in the plan, we're done. The money is moved over. As you know, you didn't have to do anything. We've mapped you right over. So we're going to show you, once you get out of this room today, we're going to show you how to log on, view your account, and take advantage of some of those changes that Jeff mentioned. First thing he said was everybody in here saves some money, and that's great. We're happy about that. As you continue to grow, our cost is going to come down with you. So it's great that everybody saved about 1%. That's just more money staying in your retirement pockets. Today I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to show you the website, show you the tools, show you there's some people that are do-it-yourselfers. You just got excited with what Jeff said about being able to invest in energy and healthcare and all that kind of stuff. There's some of you that that kind of makes you uncomfortable, right? You don't feel comfortable making your own investment decisions. And don't worry, we have something for both of you. So if you want us to kind of manage something for you, we'll show you how to do that too. But there's a lot of tools up on the website that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to log in. But first of all, I mentioned nobody had to do anything, right? We map everything over. So we mapped over your information, your date of birth, your social, your address, so you didn't have to fill out any forms. We mapped you over into like investments, so however you were invested before the change, you got mapped over into like investments. And the third thing that we mapped over is your deferral amount. So whatever you were putting into the old plan, that's what you're currently putting into the new plan. However, we want you to think about that. So the biggest problem that Americans have in 401k plans is not getting in. Actually, participation is really good. It's about 70%. The biggest problem that we have is for everybody who's in the plan currently, think to yourself, how much are you putting in? Most Americans, or when I do a meeting like this, most people in the room say, Josh, I don't remember. I picked that like 5 years ago, and I haven't really thought about it since. Well, that's the big problem. Right? Most of us are not saving enough. And I realize times are tight. We're not going to put away $18,000 in this 401k for most of us. But we can probably inch closer and maybe move up 1% or 2. And I want you to think about that. Because anybody remember on your birthday, you used to get a piece of paper from the Social Security Administration. It says you've worked this many years and this is how much you made every year. And when you retire, you should have X amount a month. Remember that? You ever notice a lot of people in the room, we don't get that anymore. I don't get that anymore. I get one that looks like this, and I just emailed it to Jeff. He'll have it in his office, but I highlighted it because this is what mine says now. Now, however, the Social Security system is facing serious financial problems, and action is needed soon to make sure the system will be sound for today's younger workers so they're ready for retirement. Without changes, in 2033, the Social Security Trust Fund will be able to pay only about 77 cents per dollar. Okay? So most Americans, sadly, most of the money they live off of in retirement is coming from Social